I saw my stepbrother kissing another girl. And that was the day I swore to stop loving him. But I didn't know he would come back later full of regret. It was a quiet and peaceful morning when Mrs. Adele dropped a bombshell on her son. She told him that they would be moving in with her new husband, Mr. Hudson Jackson. Mr. Hudson Jackson was one of the richest men in Berlin City, while Mrs. Adele was also among the wealthiest women in the city. They met at an event, and after they started talking, they began going out together. Since they had no partners, their relationship grew stronger. After some time, Mr. Jackson suggested that they move in together. There was just one problem: both of them had sons. They decided to tell their children about their decision. And after discussing it with them, they started the process of moving in. At first, the thought of having another brother did not sit well with Jackson. After all the agreements were made, they finally moved in. However, the two boys were still in school, so their parents had to wait for them to finish for the day. After a long day at school, the drivers went to pick them up. Coincidentally, both boys attended the same school. Meanwhile, Eli had always liked Jackson, which everyone in the school knew about. When the drivers dropped each of them off in front of the big, unfamiliar mansion, they saw each other and froze. The silence was broken by their parents, who came outside to welcome. After settling down, Eli and Jackson found out that they were going to become brothers. This made Jackson fall silent, and Eli also became quiet, because neither of them wanted to spoil their parents' happiness. At the same time, they did not want to become brothers because they both knew their feelings were more than that. But they had no choice except to accept it for the sake of their parents. After that day, they officially became brothers. But Eli was still in love with Jackson. While Jackson did not care, or maybe he was only pretending not to care about Eli, since their parents were always busy, they were mostly home alone. Whenever they were alone, Eli was always around Jackson's neck, asking him questions, disturbing him, trying to hug him, or sneaking glances at him. Even though Jackson noticed all of this, he did not care or bother much. He simply convinced himself that as long as Eli did not cross his boundaries, there was no problem. This behavior continued in school too. Everybody in Jackson's circle knew that Eli was very obsessive and possessive over Jackson. Eli openly marked his territory, making it clear to everyone, even the girls, that Jackson was his. Everyone already knew about their family situation, but nobody was concerned since they were not blood-related. Enough to avoid causing any misunderstanding. Even though it was not a big or outstanding gesture, Eli still believed he was winning. He thought he was slowly winning Jackson's heart, and he believed there was still a chance for him, since Jackson had never openly said that he did not like him or rejected him. During the holidays, Eli and Jackson would sit together at the kitchen counter every morning, talking about almost anything while brewing coffee. Most of the time, Jackson did the work, but Eli always helped with preparing breakfast. Eli yapped nonstop, and Jackson never stopped him. It had now become part of their daily life. Even though Jackson did not openly show his feelings, he loved everything they did together. He may not have noticed it yet, or maybe he just did not want to admit it, but he was always looking forward to the time they spent together. On this day, they went shopping for the things they needed before school resumed. They decided to buy some random clothes, and when Eli started trying them on, the mood suddenly changed as a thick tension filled the air. Eli loved wearing revealing clothes, and Jackson was there to judge which outfits looked good on him and which did not. Eli had a tiny waist and fair skin, making him look delicate. After trying on several outfits, an older man walked into the dressing area and immediately noticed Eli. His eyes lit up in a way that made the situation uncomfortable. Before the man could say anything, Jackson quickly stepped in front of Eli, blocking the man's view. He then draped his jacket over Eli's shoulders. Eli was stunned. At the same time, he felt happy seeing Jackson care enough to act so possessively over him. After security escorted the man out, Jackson turned back to Eli with a complicated expression Eli had never seen before. Then the next thing Jackson said completely shocked him. "Jackson, don't dress so openly around strangers. You're too noticeable, and there are weird people everywhere. Don't you know that?" On the day school resumed, everybody was shocked to see Jackson and Eli arriving together in the same car. Even though everyone already knew about their family situation, they still did not expect them to show up together like that. The moment they stepped out of the car, Eli quickly ran ahead and stood in front of Jackson. Eli expected Jackson to push him away like he normally would, but instead, Jackson simply looked at him and said, "Jackson, don't disturb me during class, and be ready when school closes. We're going out for dinner together." He said it out loud for everyone to hear. The entire schoolyard went silent. Everyone had heard him loud and clear, and they were too shocked to say anything. Even Eli was left speechless.